Well, hello, wonderful people. It's your man Lance back with another episode of Digital Swag. You in the studio, baby. Well, let me show you this graphic I made a while ago. Love. I don't know if you've seen the video, but it's pretty inspiring if I do say so myself. But since tomorrow is February 14th, Valentine's Day, I wanted to spruce it up, spice it up a little bit with some Valentine's Day typography. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is probably resize this image. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Control T. Now if you want this particular image, just go to my Facebook page. I'll leave a link in the description, and it's called Digital Swag. And go ahead and share it, download it, whatever, and enjoy it. So to resize it, hit Control T, Shift and Alt to bring that down, and then we'll just hit Shift as we move it straight down, and then we can put some nice Valentine's Day text up there. Now there's a couple of ways we can do it. We can just type it out, which is not too dynamic. I want something that's nice looking and kind of like a script or a calligraphy type font. So I went on the web and typed in Happy Valentine's Day typography and came up with this. Now this is actually watermarked and looks like it can't be used, but I'm going to make an attempt. So what you normally do is, let's just make a duplicate copy just in case we mess up. And you want to go over here and select your magic wand tool. Let's select everything that is black. So there, and then to add to your selection, hold down Shift and keep clicking. It may take a little while. I tried it with the white, and well, we may have to do it with the white because this one, let's see, yeah, it's missing parts. So let's do Control D to deselect everything, and we'll do the white. Okay, that's a little better, but you got to be careful because there's lots of pieces that are still missing. So if you look inside the H here, this part here, inside the A, we're going to come back and get the, well, let's go ahead and do it now so we don't forget. Hold Shift to add to your selection. Inside this part, let's see what else. Now hit the space bar, you'll get your hand, and you can kind of move your canvas around. In my previous video, I showed you how to set your scroll wheel so you can zoom in and out fairly quickly. Hold Shift, continue clicking, clicking. That one needs some more. Let's see if we can, that looks pretty tight. I may come back with the pen tool to get that. The part of the E there, down here, inside the D, there. Wow, there's lots of parts inside that D, so make sure you get them all. Space bar, slide it over, hold Shift. Let's see. I think we got it. So now I'm going to double check it real quick again. Oh, there we go, the S. Thank you. All right. Wouldn't have been that big of a deal if we missed it. We could have just went back and got it. But now you want to hit Control Shift I to invert your selection. So now just the typography is selected, and then hit Control J to put it on its own layer. I'm going to turn these other two layers off and plot out. We got it. So now what I want to do, just to make sure there's no white, because that white is going to pop off in the yellow background when we put it on the love graphic. So with the top layer selected, hit Control, come down here and press the new layer icon, and we'll fill that with black because the white will pop off and we'll see it right away. So Alt Delete to fill that in with black, and right away I see the L that I need to go back and fix, and underneath the A. So let's go in and do that now. So let's select the pen tool over here, or you can press P on your keyboard. Let's get it nice and tight. You don't want to get too close because it'll get pixelated. Right about there is good. So I'm going to click here, go up here to the top, kind of angle it out just a little bit. There's good. Alt will bring, holding Alt and bringing that tail in on top of the point there, and then coming back down here and see if we can make it look nice. Whoops, it's too much right about there. And we'll right click it, make selection, feather radius 0, okay, and then make sure the top layer is selected. You don't want to delete the selection out of the black background we just made. And then hit delete, Control D to deselect. That looks pretty good. And we'll come over here to the A. We'll start over here. And we'll come up to right about there. And then down. I don't like that. So hit Control Alt Z to undo that last selection. And then we'll bring it right about there. And right click, make selection, feather radius 0, click OK, hit delete, Control D to deselect, and that looks pretty good. Now what I want to do is take out these not stars, but hearts, and we're going to use them, but I don't want it to be on the same layer. So what we'll do is go in, and with the magic wand tool selected again, we'll go in and select, holding shift, each of these hearts, and it's going to be very easy to put them on its own layer. Alright, all the hearts are selected, and you just want to hit Control Shift J, and if I click on this top layer, that should be the heart layer. Boom. The boy is bad, I'm telling you. Alright. Let's turn this back on. We've got our hearts and we have our font, our typography layer. So what we want to do now is we see the watermarked all throughout the text, which is fine. So what you want to do, come back down to layer 1, which is your typography font layer. Control click it by hitting Control and clicking on the thumbnail. It'll select that text, and then you can fill that all in with black. Or do we want to do red? Well, it doesn't matter because we can change it once we get it into the graphic. So Alt Delete and then deselect. Now, if you notice very carefully, there's a white outline. That means there's still some white showing. So in order to get rid of that, what we're going to do is Control click it again. We're going to go up to Select, Modify, and we're going to select Contract. And we're going to contract it by just 1 pixel. And what that means is it's going to bring it in the selection, and then we'll just delete around it. So click OK. And then now we want to hit Control Shift I to select the outside layer, and then just hit delete. Now when we deselect it, we should see nothing but solid black, hopefully. Flat out, nothing but solid black. So to just see our selection, we'll come back down here to the black layer, and we'll change that color to white to make the black pop off the page. So hit Control Delete, and there's our text. And then we can add our stars again, and that doesn't look too bad. So let's drag this one, let's call this one HVD for Happy Valentine's Day, and then we'll just name this one Hearts so we stay organized. And whoops, I don't know what I spelled there, but it didn't look pretty. Hazards. That's a Snoop Dogg term. Because if you can't swizz them, you bound to drizzle. Sorry about that. Alright, so we'll select both of those. holding shift and click, hit Control G to group it, and we'll just call that HVD again. Make sure your move tool is selected by hitting V on your keyboard, and then we'll just drag this over to our love layer. I like that, the love layer. All right, that looks pretty cool. Let's resize it, hitting Control T, and we'll bring it. Now you want to hold Shift and Alt, go to a corner till you have the double diagonal arrows, and then just resize it to what you like. And I don't know if this is gonna work. Well, yeah, let's put it on this side because I think we'll have more room. Let's put it there for now. Click OK, and then we can move the. We may have to finagle that. Finagle? I'm coming up with words. I don't know. Alright. That looks like we could do a little bit better. This may need to be a little bit smaller. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh, turn that layer on. Turn that off. Whoops. I'm turning everything on. Okay. So let's make that a little bit smaller. HVD. So it can look kind of like a seal. Like it's been stamped, or like a postage mark, a faded postage mark. Postage mark is what I'm going for. That looks good. And then we can even turn its opacity layer down a little bit. Or let's play with the blend modes first. I love blend modes. If you don't know anything about the blend modes, get in the habit of just kind of going through it. See? Well, let's keep it at normal, and then we'll just turn the opacity down, and that'll give that. Let's do each layer independently. So let's do the typography layer first. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Okay, and then let's turn the hearts down. That's kind of cool. I might want to turn up just a little bit. That's cool. That's cool. And then let's bring our love back up to a bigger size, maybe. So hit Control T. Let's Shift and Alt. Double diagonal arrow. Bring that up a little bit. And let's that's kind of cool. Maybe Happy Valentine's Day could even be a little smaller, I'm thinking. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below if this is looking ratty or if it's looking okay. Okay, Control T. We'll make it a little bit smaller. Because postage is, you know, it's not very big. And we could even put like a little, maybe we can even put a box around it. I don't know. Let's see. Let's play around with it and we'll see. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. And then we can bring that down. Everything, if it's pleasing to your eye, then most likely, you know, it's gonna look good to everybody else. Is my opinion. I didn't go to school for graphic design, but I know things that look good right about there. Mucha bella. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and as always, please subscribe. Thank you and God bless. Peace.